story, we are joined live from New York by our U.S. correspondent, Sherwin Bryce-Pease. Sherwin, thank you so much for joining us. Now, looking at the two candidates, what do you think are their key individual qualities that they will bring to the presidential debates?
Lulu, just getting out of that package that you just played, I guess the key quality that both of them should bring to this debate is, in fact, unpredictability. We all know who Hillary Clinton is. We all know who Donald Trump is. Hillary Clinton is the policy wonk. She is an expert on foreign policy. She's the former Secretary of State. She has a great deal of experience in government as a United States Senator, as the First Lady of the United States, as the First Lady of Arkansas. Donald Trump is a businessman. He has wowed audiences who love and hate him across these United States by his unpredictability, from his knack for being able to say just about anything, whether true or false, and it not affecting him in the polls. So expect the unexpected, I think, is probably a trump card, excuse the pun, if anyone wants to win this debate tonight.
Now, Sherwin, do people really care about the actual policies that both candidates are bringing forth, or is it more about the rivalry between the two candidates?
I mean, in my discussion with Professor Brown of the City University of New York, who's also the executive director of the American Social History Project, he said in theory these debates really are for those undecideds, that 15 to 20% that haven't decided whether they're going to vote for Donald Trump or for Hillary Clinton because they don't necessarily like either of the candidates. And in theory, he talks about the fact that these debates are essentially about policy. But since the introduction of television in the 1960s, you've seen more, the social media and the rise of social media. You see an affinity for the zinger moments, the throwdowns, the great comeback. That's what's getting repeated on morning television the next day. That's what's going to be retweeted on Twitter and on social media and played over and over again. So clearly there is a performance art that comes along with having your facts straight in terms of policy. So clearly the television dynamic, the fact that you're playing to a massive audience, I mean, they're talking about Super Bowl television audience numbers here, something like between 80 and 90 million people expected to tune in. Clearly having good television moments that resonate with the public, that can be repeated and spoken about and analyzed the next day, are clearly of importance here too.
Now, what are some of the issues that the two candidates will need to deal with tonight?
Everything's on the table, Lulu. America's direction is one of the themes. Securing America is another theme, and America's prosperity. This is a 90-minute debate. It will be divided into 30-minute segments with no commercial break. So clearly everything is on the table here today. When you're talking about America's prosperity, what are their economic plans? I mean, the globe is suffering from slow growth, including South Africa. Anywhere you look, growth is not at optimum levels. What are these candidates' policies to spur growth? When you talk about America's security, they'll look at policing in America, race relations in America, terrorism in America, and America's direction. I mean, this is your vision for the country. What do you as president, what will your cabinet, what will your aides be working towards? What's your big vision for the country? So expect those three themes to dominate discussion here tonight.
Now, in the insert before we started our discussion, does the fact that you touched on Hillary Clinton's advantage, because she's doing this for the second time, does the fact that she's done this before give her an advantage over Donald Trump?
Well, remember, she didn't do it quite at the level she will be doing it tonight. In the past, she did go one-on-one with candidates in primaries. She went one-on-one in the Democratic primary in 2008 with then Senator Barack Obama, who subsequently became the President of the United States for 2 terms. And then after that, she also went one-on-one with Bernie Sanders, but in the primary. So it didn't quite have the platform, it didn't quite have the stature that a presidential debate against a rival from another party will have. Remember, she was debating candidates from her own party, so this is on a different scale. But having said that, Donald Trump was on a debate stage with something like 10 or 12 Republican candidates at one point. They spoke 15 minutes apart from each other. This will be back and forth with an interjection here and there from the moderators. So this is a different ball game. Hillary Clinton, I think, has the advantage going in from a policy perspective, from an experience perspective, but Donald Trump is not to be overwrought by Hillary Clinton and facts and figures. It certainly has paying a little attention to facts and figures have certainly not hurt him in this campaign to date.
Now, Sherwin, let's just speak about the mind games that both camps are playing. Issues of maybe a former mistress being brought into the fore and a rival business person being brought in the fore for the different candidates. What's your take on this?
Well, these are not people that are participating in the debate. You're mentioning Jennifer Flowers, who apparently was an alleged mistress of then-President Bill Clinton, and Hillary Clinton inviting billionaire rivals of Donald Trump to join her in the front row. These are people that are not going to be participating in the debate. This is pre-game mind games, if you will, trying to set the other candidate off kilter. But essentially, this is going to be a very focused debate. They will be under the bright lights. It'll be the three of them on stage, the moderator, Donald Trump, and Hillary Clinton. And I think everyone that's not under those bright lights will fade into the distance for those 90 minutes. So, as much as this plays out in 24-hour news television, yes, let's talk about the mistress, let's talk about who she's going to have in the front row. When it comes down to prime time, 9 p.m. Eastern here in New York, it's going to be about Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump.
Sherwin, thank you so much for joining us. We have to leave it there for now.